So after you finished your career at North Dakota State, you ended up becoming a pro as you are currently. Talk to me about that process. What was it like? When did you know that you could really be a pro? And what's the process like going from college to NCAA to becoming a basketball player?
Um, I knew my at the end of my junior year after we played Duke because I felt like I could keep up with them dudes. And then just going into my senior year, it was showing it. Like, um, my college coach told me, he said, I know he told me and my point guard, he said, I know where you guys want to go. He said, but you also have to understand that we're trying to win another championship. So I need you guys to um, do what you're gonna do, but you be sure that you remember that this is a team game. Like not a team game, but this is, remember who you're playing for. You're playing for those dudes right behind you. Like you got to lead those dudes to uh, another championship. I mean, oh, I believe my teammates, could hold themselves, hold their own. There wasn't anybody that I thought that, really needed any like if one guy had a bad night, that if me and my point guard either had a bad night, there was no doubt that I trusted the dudes behind me that we were going to win. So, my senior year, me and him just knew we were pros, bro. Just you could tell by the way we would walk on the floor, the way that we looked at other people throughout the season, like that were supposed to be that were at high major schools. Like you could just tell every single game. We just looked at them dudes like they were just ordinary people. I mean, they are, but those dudes that get high media attention, all that stuff, but that's when we knew. Um, Yeah, my senior year, bro. Just that's when I kind of knew that I was going to be able to play pro.
For sure. Like we mentioned earlier, that's everybody, not everybody, but most people that's playing college basketball at any level, everybody wants to be a pro. You end up going overseas. You're in Germany right now. Just talk to me about what it's been like your last year, your first year overseas, and what it's been like this year so far.
My last year was wild because of COVID, so it was mad different. I was more last year. Um, I was more of a factor, more of like a go-to guy. Like I had to attack. I had to. Last year was just getting the jitters out. This year is more of me developing into the pro that I need to be. Um, Not playing. I mean, I'm still playing a lot, but I'm not playing as much as I did last year. So this year, I'm learning like really how to be that. What teams need. Finding my role in the team's offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wanted to, drive to the basket, like I can. But sometimes over here, you have to understand that every possession counts. So, going to the basket, reckless abandonment is not really a good idea. This isn't college anymore. This isn't high school anymore. Each possession is worth double because every possession somebody's going to score. Every possession, 75% of the time, someone's going to score, whether it's a two or a three. So, just learning when to take those opportunities to attack and um, really taking those opportunities to know when to make that extra pass. And so I'm still trying to get more information on how to be a real role guy for certain teams because certain teams are going to have you score, make you score, make you attack. But sometimes you need to know when to, call off the dog.
For sure. You just talked about adjusting from a team that you were at last year being a bigger piece to now kind of being more of a role player, just trying to learn the game more. Talk to me about just what it was like adjusting from coming from the US to being in Germany.
It's different. I tell you what, because there's not. It's like college basketball. If I'm being honest, if it's college basketball principles. So there's not. It wasn't really a big difference for me. But the difference there were other differences that could definitely hinder you. So like I said earlier, when I was learning about time and score, that's huge here. Uh, you got to know how many fouls you have left in the quarter, whether you can use them or not. You have to know. Um, I mean, you got to know more things. You got to take care of the ball more. Each possession that you turn over is a guaranteed 2 points or 3 points. You got to know your personnel a little bit better. You got to know what percentages do they go left, what percentage do they go right. It's more at the professional level. It's more what's the word? Meticulous. That's the right word. It's more meticulous. You gotta know every single thing about the team before you play them. You get a whole week. That's what the whole week is for. The whole week is for that one team, and then once you're done, you wipe it away, and then you get ready for the next one. But the American and overseas game is kind of similar, but there's little things that make it different. But it wasn't too bad, man. Pace is slower. Depends on the team, but pace is a little bit slower, and the game's a little bit more calculated.
For sure. A guy that's friends with my college coach, he was here working out in his preseason. At my school, he was here working out before he went overseas. He plays in Russia right now. And I tuned into a couple of his games, and I've been trying to see like what the differences are in the pro game. And it seems like it's really not. It was like compared to here in America, it seems like guys usually, well, in the league that I've been watching in his league, guys aren't really as athletic, but they definitely make shots and they definitely have a higher IQ. So I need to tune into you guys' games too. You got to send me some
Yeah,
links so
man.
I can tap in.
Of course, I will. It's when I say kind of Europe, it's more so down. You have to have a high IQ, high IQ. It's more team based instead of one on one. America's more space out, dribble, 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 get to the basket. Like over here, it's pass, pass, attack, or pass shot, or you know what I'm saying. So it's you're running base sets. In America, you don't really run any offense like in the NBA. It's more of transition game and more of catch and shoot threes or get the ball to those superstars' hands.
Your pro career is just starting. You got a long way to go. Hopefully, just a long, fruitful career being a pro basketball player. But what are some of your goals as a pro? Like, what do you see yourself doing in a couple years?
Man, everybody's dream if you play basketball is to be in the league, man. That's my number one at the top. But over the couple of years, man, I just want to play. Each year, I want to get better. I'm not worried about the money yet. Um, just worried about getting that, putting myself in the right spots so that I can get to my number one goal.